The Dream SMP is a survival Minecraft server, but no one understands it. That's my job. I'm going to be your personal storyteller that explains the complete story in under 5 minutes. Let's go. It all started on the April the 25th, 2020. This was, as I like to call it, the before Tommy era. This was the beginning of the Dream SMP. In the beginning, the server was introduced as a peaceful Minecraft server and was composed of only the Dream team and a few close friends. Everyone was friendly and lived in peace. This was when the community house was established. July 4th, the after Tommy era saw a huge growth of members, nearly doubling the amount of the before Tommy era. This is basically what happened. You're going to join the Dream SMP, you're going to join the SMP, and you're going to join the SMP. As a result, the SMP had many more well-known builds than before this era. The Disc Saga. Tell me about the Disc Saga without telling me about the Disc Saga. I love music. I want his music! July 25th. The War of L'Manberg's independence was an era of war between Dream SMP and L'Manberg. They finally united after L'Manberg began to get tired of the Dream SMP members stopping drug trade that L'Manberg's economy relied on. After the L'Manberg War was an era of the SMP member growth and the establishment of the religion Church Prime and the Holy Land, and many new buildings. September 2nd, the L'Manberg campaign was an era of campaigning mainly between Swag 2020 and Pog 2020 for presidency of L'Manberg election. Originally stated by Wilbur and Tommy to consolidate power, but Quackity and George entered the race. While George was sleeping, Pog 2020 lost the elections, and the members that were awake saw a huge shift in power and was rebranded to Manberg under the new president, Schlatt. The new era saw the return of some original members and some growth. In each political party, members were divided and continued preparing for what was to come. Also, I had to point this out. Mr. Beast thought now was a good idea to hide a $10,000 gift card on the server during this huge war. What? October 9th. This was the era where members hosted a festival to celebrate democracy. After the celebration, Schlatt went into a corner, literally, and decided he didn't like who was in power. So he created a new structure and schemes that wouldn't allow anybody to take power. Almost like a dictatorship, which most people realized and most people didn't like. November 6th, the revolt led by Tommy and Wilbur creating a secret society that was called Pogtopia and was when Technoblade joined. This led to the era revolving around the rise of Pogtopia and the downfall of Schlatt. They went to war. November 16th, the reconstruction era followed the rebuilding of most buildings, as they were damaged from the past war. After the government had been overthrown, Tubbo _ Tommy's best friend was put into power. He re-established peace in territories on L'Manberg, but Technoblade secretly started plotting against him as he hates all governments. December 16th, Technoblade finally thinks his plan is good enough to be put into action. This was the creation of the Doomsday War on the Dream SMP. There was one goal and one goal only: assert dominance. They ended up not only taking over the whole of the country, but also decides to make an unnecessary, maybe a crater, because as you can see, it was not just a hole, and they did that unnecessarily.